There, I'm Robin Foley, and today we're talking about something that can make or break your financial goals, or any goal for that matter. Resilience. Specifically, how to build resilience so you can handle uncertainty, face challenges head on, and move through your life with more confidence. Here's the thing. Money problems, especially big, scary ones, tend to throw people completely off course. They feel insurmountable, like life or death situations. On the flip side, some people avoid the difficult feelings entirely, falling into a false sense of security until the rug gets pulled out from under them. Resilience is the antidote to both of these reactions. It's the skill set that helps you stay grounded, face your challenges, and trust yourself to navigate the unexpected. And let's be honest, life is really freaking unexpected. Here's the thing that makes being human particularly challenging. Our brains are wired to crave certainty because it's a survival mechanism. For our ancestors, predictable patterns like seasons, food availability, and safety meant survival. Certainty told their brains, we're safe, we know what's coming next. But here's the catch. The world has never been certain. At this very moment, uncertainty is everywhere. The idea of a perfectly predictable life is a comforting illusion, but it is just an illusion. Whether it's an unexpected job loss or a health diagnosis, or of course, the sudden financial curveball, life is always unpredictable. And we love to live in the illusion that we know what's going to happen next because it feels like control. And we can get really traumatized when the unexpected occurs. But in all of this, what really happens when we resist the reality that many big things are truly not in our control is that we create even more stress and anxiety. And then instead of focusing on what we can control, we spin our wheels trying to force clarity where there isn't any. And won't you love this irony? Uncertainty is the one constant that we can rely on. So, what if instead of fighting it, we learned to work with it? What if we could meet it with readiness, with calm, and even boldness? This here is the bridge to increasing your resilience, your ability to not just survive uncertainty, but to thrive within it. Before we get into how to build resilience, let's talk about what won't help, namely toxic positivity. And what I mean by that is this. Toxic positivity is the idea that if you just focus on the good and ignore the bad, then everything will somehow magically work out. But the problem is this. Pretending that bad things don't exist doesn't protect you. It keeps you naive and unprepared, like putting on rose-colored glasses while the room is filling with smoke. It doesn't make the fire go away. It just blinds you to the reality that you need to act. Let me illustrate this with a comparison from The Walking Dead. Remember Jessie? She lived in Alexandria, that protected community, and kept safe from the walkers for a long time. But then when the danger finally infiltrated, she was completely ill-equipped. She didn't know how to defend herself or her family because she had never faced the reality of the world outside of those walls. Now, contrast that with Michonne. From the outset, Michonne was out there in the thick of it, facing the walkers head on. She didn't avoid danger. She confronted it. She learned from it. And she became a skilled warrior, a survivor, a total badass. And when the chaos intensified, Michonne was ready. She didn't just survive, she thrived. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? Jessie, clinging to the illusion of safety until it's too late? Or Michonne, who built resilient skills and the mindset to handle anything that came her way? While we're not living in a dire post-apocalyptic dystopia, there are times when situations feel that intense to our nervous system, like it's life or death. And facing uncertainty and grounding yourself in reality won't make life easier, but it will make you stronger and more capable and better prepared to take on challenges with confidence in your abilities. It's like running your lines ahead of time. This brings us to developing your skills at grounding yourself. Grounding isn't some fluffy self-care buzzword. It's imperative for your ability to navigate difficult situations. It's about bringing your brain and your body back to a state where you can think clearly and take intentional action. When you're overwhelmed, your brain goes into survival mode. Stress hormones will flood your system, triggering your fight or flight response, which is great if you're running from a tiger, but it's not so great when you're dealing with your financial decisions in real time. Grounding yourself interrupts that stress response. It's how you regulate yourself, bringing your nervous system back to a calm, steady state by coming back to the present moment in your body and in the world that's immediately around you. And here's how it works. Breath work, like box breathing, for instance, slows your heart rate and tells your brain that you're safe. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and recovery. Then there's physical touch, like pressing your feet into the floor or rubbing your hands together. It disrupts spiraling thoughts and brings you back to the present moment. Then there's sensory focus, like noticing what you see, hear, or feel around you. It helps anchor you to the here and now. So these and other practices aren't just for a one-time fix. When you build a regular practice, it builds resilience. It builds your ability to adapt to challenges without losing sight of your goals. Instead of panicking or avoiding the problem, you create a habit of returning to calm and clarity and getting on with the things that you need to get done with your higher problem-solving abilities intact. And this is just one part of the bigger picture. Now, here's where it all comes together. Facing uncertainty and grounding yourself doesn't just help you manage stress, it helps you build your self-trust. When you know you can return yourself to a calm, steady state, no matter what's happening around you, you stop fearing the unknown. You trust that even if things go sideways, you'll figure it out. Self-trust isn't just about confidence. It's about knowing that you can have your own back. And here's the magic. When you trust yourself, you stop needing external validation in order to take action. You can move forward boldly, knowing you can navigate whatever comes next. The recipe to handle virtually anything is this: accepting uncertainty, stop resisting it, plus having a toolkit of grounding practices at the ready equals your increased resilience, your self-trust. So then, learn to face the truth that things are going to happen that are out of your control. This is part of life, and not resisting it gives you back the energy you spend in anxiety and avoidance cycles. Learn a few or many techniques to ground yourself and be present in your body. This is your toolkit. Do those two things, and you will find that you are cultivating self-trust over and over again by proving to yourself that you can handle hard things. And add this for extra credit. Tell the story of the hard thing with you as the victor and not as the victim. The whole reason I'm connecting these dots this way is because of how often people are thrown off course by money problems they don't believe they can solve. It feels big, scary, and even life or death. But resilience changes that. It is the foundation for handling life's certainty, navigating challenges, and ultimately achieving any goal that you want. So who do you want to be? Jessie, clinging to false safety, or Michonne, resilient, prepared, and unstoppable? The result? It's a roadmap for navigating life with joy and boldness. This is also the foundation for manifesting any goal. When you trust yourself, you stop needing proof that your dreams are possible. You create your own evidence by showing up, taking inspired action, and trusting the process. If this resonates with you, I invite you to join me in Grounding into Enoughness, my Facebook group for women navigating their own money mindset in this particularly chaotic time. Together, we are building the tools and the resilience that you need to face anything that life throws your way. The link is below, or it's in my bio, depending on where you're watching this. All right, I'll see you next time.